This court, Queen Paula Zines, writes, ordered no more than what the Supreme Court endorsed. What? That the defendant take all available steps to return Abrego Garcia. Did the Supreme Court say return? No. She's just lying here. And then she has a bunch of word salad. She says, well, the Supreme Court endorsed my order to facilitate return, even though the Supreme Court wrote facilitate release, because bound within this remedy of return is release. In other words, he can't be returned without release. Well, that may be fair. You can't return while he's in prison. So return would encompass release. That doesn't mean that release encompasses return. He could be released and not return. So when the Supreme Court says facilitate his release, that cannot be read to also order return. This is just insanity. I'm assured that his case is handled as it would have been had he not been improperly sent to El Salvador. The way it would have been handled would have been his proper sending to El Salvador. There is no road here that leads to our good friend Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia living happily ever after in the U.S. as a designated terrorist who's had a final order of deportation in his pocket for 6 years. This court, the court of the unelected black-robed tyrannical inferior district trial court judge, Queen Zines, required swift disclosure of that which stems most obviously from the Supreme Court's affirmance. She thinks the Supreme Court affirmed her. The current physical location and custodial status of Garcia, and the White House has been providing that. He's in CICOT, the terrorist prison in El Salvador. Our understanding is he's doing well in the tropical El Salvadoran prison resort of CICOT. What steps they've taken to facilitate his return? They're not under any obligation to facilitate his return. Even the Supreme Court only said facilitate release. And even that is wrong because the U.S. government, no facet of the U.S. government has any jurisdiction over this guy.